It was a cracker. I think it was the best match of the tournament so far. Everybody who was neutral said that to us. Both teams played very well. A lot of breakthrough runs. Not many mistakes at all. We practiced the break today for about an hour, just breaking. And we were getting somewhere with it, but the thing is, the match table plays a lot different to any practice table you're going to play on because of the lights, the heat. It's just hard to practice it away from the match. So all we've got to do is turn up.
Two quality players, obviously, in Dang and Wang Kang. Two great players from China, fantastic young players, and we played them in the World Team Championships. It was a different discipline, that was 8-ball, and the beaters in the doubles. But every day is different. I mean, records don't mean anything. Every day is a different day, and on any given day, we could beat.
Dang Jinhu on your left, Wang Can on your right, a new young team from China. And there you see England B, Chris Melling on your left and Daryl Peach on the right.
Yeah, and you bet the crowd's going to be into this one as well. I think that last match has just revved it up a little bit, Ted.
For those fans who watched it, Jim, you may want to explain what you feel that he, quickly, what Moorer was trying to do there. It's not that he was trying to get a position on the cue ball.
He was just trying to keep the cue ball in the middle of the table, keep it away from the cushion. England has won the lag, and they will break the race to 7.
A race to 7 racks.
As I said, the
First
arena
rack,
still
England
jolting from that last match, but now they can start thinking about their boys. England B, Chris Melling, Daryl Peach.
Well, because we may see something similar here in this match, Jim, and in our final match of the night. What is the lesson there for the fans and pool players alike when you're down to the last few shots in a tournament like this? What's the lesson?
You know something? You've got to learn from your mistakes like anything else in life.
Well,
you move forward.
Keep it, don't think too much. Don't over try, perhaps, right?
Always.
Keep it simple.
Give yourself a chance. In pool, always give yourself a chance. A chance at the one here for China. They're having a real good look at this.
Extension.
A young man with the spiky hair, Wang Can.
He is for sure the top young player out of China. Both these players play on the Chinese national pool team.
Well, you can see the one offers a 3 combination. The only problem is the 6 is right in the way, offers a total eclipse to that 1.
Extension.
These two survived a dramatic match last night versus India.
Yeah, this is tricky here, Ted. He's got to be really careful, Daryl. Now, as he runs safe. No, he's giving China a chance, but as he nudged the 2 into that little area on the table, one of the few spots on a 9-ball table, well, it's off the cushion. That's a good sign for China. If that was tight on the cushion, that's safe.
Ball's flying all over the place.
Just kind of swinging from the hip right now.
Got lucky. China's won this event 2 times, and that was with the duo of Li Hiwen and Fu Jianbo. They were always fun to watch. And they played great Scotch double pools together. But this is the new generation out of China.
Well, good contact from Chris. But I think he's left China their best chance yet. Now, Wang has just had a real good look at that 2-ball, and it is off the cushion. We've confirmed that with an earlier camera shot, and that tells him he'll be able to play this down the rail to the bottom corner. Oh, as a matter of fact, it was far enough he could play it into the side. I'm still a little surprised at that, but he tried to take the cue ball. You know something, looking at that, Ted, he's a little bit unlucky. I mean, England B is not going to like their next shot, guaranteed, but boy, he played a great shot there. If he'd have taken the cue ball into the 5, it'd have been perfect.
That's the kind of safety you want to play. See, when you marry that cue ball up against that 5 ball, all of a sudden your percentages drop considerably. Darrell Peach, the Dazzler from Blackpool, England. And he won the World 9-Ball Championship in 2007.
Foul shot.
Not with shots like that, he didn't.
No.
Ball in.
That's ball in hand for China. They're looking to get into the quarterfinals
Start the clock.
and oppose Austria in the bottom half.
Well, that's a great example of why you play that kind of lockdown safety. Limit your angles, the angles that your opponent can take. In order to escape, and you hopefully lead him into a foul like that, and that leads to ball in hand, and usually on a 9-ball table, that leads to a clearance.
You know what's interesting, we've had already 6 matches to make up this quarterfinal. All the top seeds and favorites have gone through. We almost had a minor shock in the last one. Didn't happen.
I'm still in shock.
Yeah, the excitement that pool presents, you just never know. Now he can leave himself a little short or draw back. He'll probably just feather this through and play the long 9, top right.
These guys play at a very nice rhythm.
Oh, that one went in the tradesman's entrance, but it's 1-0. China over England B. They are the higher seed. And they would be expected to go through.
Well, Dang and Wang were part of a 5-person team that won the World Pool Team Championship recently in Beijing, in which they played 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball.
And there you see their overall record. They've won this event twice, but it was Fu Jianbo and Li Heiwen. 2 different Chinese players making up the side this year.
Now, in that World Pool Team Championship, which they had women, and they had 3 different disciplines, 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, these guys played as a team in 8-ball. So a totally different discipline, but they do have experience playing in front of the big audiences. They had millions of people watching in television around Beijing and around China, so they're very used to playing Scotch doubles under pressure.
Good break. One in the side, wing ball in, a ball across the head string, and an open shot at the 2. Just looking for the precise angle here. Get back from the 4 to the 5. Nicely on the 5 here. And again, just draw back, being straight. Pretty much what he wanted. Just pull this back a little.
Well, he's got a confident stroke, doesn't he, Jim? So does Dang.
Well, this is a little bit more of what we saw in the opening round. A break and run out from Team China, staking themselves to a 2-0 advantage over Chris Melling and Daryl Peach.
I like this squad as a dark horse. You wouldn't favor them because this is their first time in this event. But they've certainly got the talent. They play every day, practice with the Chinese national team, and that's Olympic-style training over there. Believe me, they are well supported. This is what they do for a living. Not like some players who have other jobs that they do, but these guys play pool full time. Wang Can actually spent several months traveling around the U.S., and that must have been quite an experience for this young man, 21 years old, Wang. This is Dang Jinhu. You know, the different culture, the different food, the language barrier.
And break, leading by 2 racks to 0.
And I tell you, talking to people in the pool world in the U.S., and he just impressed a lot of people wherever he went. Wang.
You really harden your game when you hit the road, Ted. That's just common knowledge in the pool world. Another good break. And a chance at the 2.
That's a good point, Jim. You know, you know, it's one thing to be ensconced in the bubble of, you know, the national team, and but you're always in your comfort zone. It's getting out of your comfort zone that's where you learn. You pick up invaluable experience.
I think if you look at the top seeds, and another good effort, that one from Wang. If you look at the top seeds in this event, Dennis and Li Van, I think that's what really puts them in good stead, and nobody ever counts them out, no matter how poor they might look. And they really haven't found the form that we're accustomed to seeing from them, but you know what? Everyone knows how tough they are.
That's scary, isn't it? They've played pretty awful, the Philippines, and are still in the quarterfinals.
And even Mika Immonen, you know, the way that Finland has played, they have yet to drop a rack through to the quarterfinals. Well, they'll be opposing the Philippines in the quarters. And he made quick mention of they can catch a gear at any time.
Boy, they are making quick work of this rack number 3. And there's nothing that England B can do except spectate.
Yeah, that's about the most unwelcome chair in the arena, the one where you're sitting watching your opponents clear up rack after rack. That's 2 in a row. China 3-0 up on England B.
leading by 3 racks to 0.
You think we got some talent out here, Jim? Champions all around.
Yeah, just titles abound. 9 of the top 10 players in the world, the top 10 WPA ranked players in the world, were all in Portsmouth.
So China on a roll. 3 in a row to start the match. And a legal break with a ball down. But does that go? That's yet to be seen. Now.
Not set. So going to be defense, the order of the day. They've certainly got out of the gate quick.
Not a nice shot.
Just whether or not he can get between the 7 and the 5 for a clear path to this one. It's close. Chris is having a good look at it. You know, Chris eyes this up. A lot of people are well aware of how proficient he is playing pool. They now know he's a very accomplished snooker player. He's on the main tour, the pro tour. I can also tell you he's won the world championship in English 8-ball. He is a supreme cueist, Chris Melling.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, there is probably nobody more fun to watch when they're on their game than Chris Melling. He plays fast and confident and has no fear. He likes these kinds of shots right here, too. Long shots. Oh, but he missed it. Wow.
Ball in.
Boy, that was just barely, Jim.
Yeah, another look. Just trying to clip the edge of that one. And well, ball in hand, that is not a recipe for success. Everything's in the open. And I expect this rack isn't going to take a long time either.
Now, we said Olympic style training. Maybe perhaps a lot of people think of pool as a pub sport, but it's an actual sport under the Olympic umbrella, for real. It's an Olympic sport, just as there are other sports that you'll probably never see in the actual Olympics. And that means that in certain countries, like China, like in Holland, it is a game, it is a sport supported by the government and by the Olympic Committee, which means that these guys train in a proper facility. And this is what they do all day. They play and train at pool.
Well, they are medal. I mean, Q Sports is, it does have a discipline, or maybe more, Ted, you'll know for sure, that are full medal disciplines in the World Games, the Asian Games.
Absolutely. A lot of those regional Olympic style events like the Asian Games, which are going on right now in Korea, feature pool. The World Games, which is the Olympics for all sports that are under the Olympic umbrella.
Oh, this is a poor effort. Very, very poor effort. Deng Junhui just overran by some margin intended position there. And now just got to defend. Just a containing shot, it looks like. Or is he going to try and flick that cue ball and use the 9 as a blocker? Those are his options. Just trying to go behind the 9. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me.
Trying to make the 9.
Didn't think it was possible. What a shot. What a terrific shot. And that's how you spell relief and get your partner out of the weeds. Tremendous. Look at this. Doesn't look like it's possible. talent, Ted. Talent and coupled with confidence.
Wow, 4-0. They have a very long road to get back into this match. It's only a race to 7. I haven't seen any chinks in the armor. Well, we have from this squad.
Rack 4, China to break, leading by 4 racks to 0.
And they've been breaking very well. And that trend looks like continuing. He's got a clear shot at the 1. Don't know if there's a pocket available. Maybe a thin cut into the bottom corner. Or again, defense. I mean, as thin as he cut that 8-ball in the last one, this is nothing compared to that one, but it definitely doesn't go into that pocket. He's got to be playing safe here.
Jim?
Well, I got to be honest with you. The reason I thought he was going to play safe is because where the cue ball was going, there was no guarantee of position to the 2.
But you've got to give it to these guys for being completely fearless.
Well, why take such a risky shot unless you know you're going to get on the next ball?
Maybe they just think anything's possible right now.
They just don't want to let England out of their seats.
Right.
4-0. That was a pretty good jump shot there from Dang as well. Now he needs a 5 to come to his aid. If nothing else, he's bumped the 9 in front of the 7. That's the one nearest the cue ball. That's going to take some getting at. That's the 7 right there. That's safe as it sits.
Extension.
Wide open on the 2.
You can just feel it though, Jim. The Team China just full of confidence.
He tried that.
Absolutely.
He tried that as well.
That's the confidence they have. But he's left it on.
He's got to be very thankful that 7's dodgy now. It does offer a bank. Chris is looking at it already. That's already the ball that concerns them, the 7. One good thing is where the 5 is, it offers as good a chance to get position to the 7 as any ball on the table. And that's nicely played.
Well, last night, England B came back from 5-2 down. They had sat in their chair for about 25 minutes, and they didn't. When they came back to the table, they were still pretty loose.
This is the big shot here, Ted. He's got to draw this back. He'd like to get the cue ball right about into the area he is right now. Play the 5 into the side with the angle to go into the 9 and the 7. Well, he's elected to play it into the corner. Now he needs to be dead straight. And I don't think that's going to be any good. It's not. Now it's option C, the bank on the 7. Oh, he spun it into the 9.
It's frustration all around.
Oh, that's unlucky. Again, it didn't look like he had the angle to be able to spin the cue ball into the 9. And you know, a brave shot from Daryl Peach, and just nothing's going right for England B right now.
Yeah. Massive frustration.
He needs a good result here. 5-0 is just too tough to come back from. Oh, what a shot from Chris Miller. They don't call him the magician for nothing.
Hey, that's just the kind of shot that could get you back in the match. That could have just as easily gone wrong, and boy, 5-0 down. As you said, Jim, near impossible to come back from that in a race to 7 winner breaks. Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
That's cruel. That's even hard to watch. Great kick shot. You've got to give them their due. But that ball just dangled on that pocket before dropping and punished both Chris and Daryl.
Incredible. You can just feel the confidence bubbling up from Team China. And there's nothing they can do about it. England B.
Sit and wait. Remain positive and hope for the chance. Chris played as good a shot as he could. They just had a better reply.
Every shot they take, they just feel that they can make it. Give them credit. That was played at a terrific pace. That's what allowed that 7 ball to drop. Well, they're not out of it yet. Always have to wait till that last 9 ball drops. Have you seen anything here from Team China to indicate that maybe they might falter, Jim?
They're fearless. I mean, the shots that they're taking on, it's almost like they have no respect for Chris and Daryl at all. Someone needs to go tell these guys who Chris and Daryl are.
Wang Can.
And does.
Good one. Legal break. That is legal. Is there a shot on the 2? I believe there is.
It certainly looks like it.
This
One more
is-
look at the break.
This is dark days for England B.
A little discussion just on where his partner wants the cue ball.
We talk about them playing fearless. Perhaps it's the youth of Team China. They don't know what fear is.
Nice angle there. You should be able to knock this in and just draw back up. Not draw back up, just follow through, sorry, with just a trace of right-hand spin on the cue ball. Just has to avoid the 8 and the 9.
Extension.
But again, maybe the angle is a little different there than what it looks from that camera angle here. Yeah, it must have been. Look at that effort though. Drew off the 8. Couldn't avoid it. What a shot.
The winner of this match goes on to play Austria, 2 of our predicted dark horses, but at this point, China would have to be the favorite based on this sizzling performance here in round 2.
This is going to send a message to every team still remaining in the event.
It's really, I mean, there was a few unfortunate plays by England B, but it's really all China here. They get all the accolades. They're up 6-0 in a race to 7. When we come back, they're breaking for the victory.
Smelling 6-0, they trail China. It has been an onslaught of shot making, and they're breaking for the match.
Well, that's a very legal break. And there'll be a long shot on the 2. It's not just the 6-0 scoreline, it's how they accomplished it. I like what you said earlier, Jim, almost a disrespect. Of course, they don't really disrespect Daryl and Chris, but it's just ignoring the talent that's in the other chair, just taking shots. Some of the shots there would be very unadvisable by most standards, but they just took them on fearlessly. Oh,
Unreal. They're just playing with as much confidence as anybody in the event. You know, they gave us no indications of this sort of form in their 7-5 win over the Czech Republic in the opening round. But this, I said it earlier, this is going to open the eyes of every other team still remaining in this event. These guys just hit the radar.
Four balls to a searing victory over a shell-shocked England B.
Quietly, please.
Wow. A break and run. This is a slam dunk. China moves in to the quarterfinals. A whitewash of England B.
Our third of the event.